Morning, everyone. Let's start our today's class. I think I am audible and respond. Can you respond? Can you respond, please? Am I audible to you? Anyone? Please? Hello?
Yes, sir. कहाँ से हो? कुछ करो या करो?
Start our class. That is very interesting indeed. And I mean, that is my favorite topic in this module. That is the introduction to Arduino. And in next class we will also learn programming as well as the hardware of the Arduino, the Raspberry Pi. So we have two microcontrollers. They are widely used and very easy to configure. These are first one the Arduino and second one is the Raspberry Pi. So let's start our class with the Arduino first. Then in succeeding class we'll go with the Raspberry Pi. So I can share my experience with you that this Arduino is a kind of subject that is a itself it is a course that is covered in one semester. So we have to cover this in one or two class. So I want to give you the some glimpse of this Arduino, how to handle this Arduino, and what are the basic architecture of this Arduino. So that's why I have the Arduino board with me. I will show you, and then we will go to the software part. How can we code the Arduino for different very simple application to different very high level industrial application. That is mainly with different sensors and actuators. So I think you can see my screen. So what is Arduino? Arduino is a kind of, if I tell you that this is a microcontroller, it is not the technically correct, because this is a board kind, or this is a embedded system which has a microcontroller, but there are several other features also in this board. So why we need this? Because, for example, we need to perform some particular task. For example, we want to blink a light, we want to control our home appliances, we want to control our sensor and actuators in the industry. So very simple things, very dedicated tasks that can be performed by a board, that is the Arduino, or this kind of embedded system give you that opportunity. So why not I am using any Intel processor or any other kind of higher end processor? Because as you know, those are kind of for computing. So that is the basic difference you have to understand before going to the into the details of this micro embedded system. That is why we need embedded system, because this is a versatile system which can give you opportunity to perform a particular or dedicated task, not the computing. Our Intel processor, whatever we have in our laptop or in our PC, those are actually dedicated. Although we are using it for very simple works, for example, we are searching, web browsing, or some MS Office, MS Excel, but that is dedicated for the computing purpose. But in case of this embedded system, which is, the example of it is the Arduino board. This Arduino board kind of data capturing and sending, nothing else. Also, you can do some simple mathematics with that or by coding, but the main task of this Arduino board is taking some data and giving some data. That means you can take the data from the sensor in terms of analog signal or digital signal. You may heard about the what is analog signal, digital signal, and you can transmit, or you can transmit by wire or wireless by using this board. That is the beauty of this kind of embedded system. In addition, this kind of board gives you the versatile application opportunities, because this can be by writing simple C program, you can achieve different kind of IoT. You can implement different kind of IoT application. So you can ask me, if you are in typically in electrical engineering background or electronics engineering background, or maybe computer, you may have gone through a course that is microprocessor and microcontroller in BTech. That is kind of thing you have gone through that there is a microprocessor, we have to write a program, we have to burn it, we have different pair of registers, we have different pair of some memories. So lots of thing you have to understand, you have to you have to keep in your mind that you have to memorize the thing that these are the registers. Okay, so these are the registers for data acquiring, these are the register for data storing, these are the register for data transmitting. So all the architecture you have to understand, and after that you can code it. And not only that, the problem is that the coding is very typical kind of. If you remember, if you recall your BTech subjects, that there's a microcontroller like 8085 and 8086. There are several programs. Mnemonics are there. Mnemonics means some typical or particular code is there for movement. Say for example, move A to B. So there is a data in B which will move to the A. So these kind of things you have to memorize to code it. But the beauty of this kind of Arduino board or the embedded system is that you don't have to realize, you don't have, not realize, you don't have to remember any mnemonics, or you don't have to remember any register of it, or sometimes you don't have to remember the architecture of it. What you have to know, you just have to know simple basic C code. C code means what? There is very basic. I will tell you the software, when I'm talking about the how to code the Arduino. There you will see very, it is very simple. It is very anyone can, even in class fourth class, fifth class, who just learn to integrate their study with the realization, they can also code it. So this is very easy to understand, and this is very logical. In the sense, this is very logical, and it is on the other hand, it is also user friendly. That means you have a, I will show you the board. You have a board, you have a laptop or PC. Just use a cable which has some USB port, and just plug and play kind of things. Plug it, you have a software. I will show you that software also. That software you can code it and just buy. So you don't need to buy anything, any other extra things, any other burner. That is, you have heard about the burner. That means you somewhere you have to write the code, and that can be burned only in microcontroller through a burner. So all those things are not needed. This kind of embedded system, which is the very basic example of this embedded system, is the Arduino. Next, there are different kind of high level embedded system like Raspberry Pi. There are also some Intel embedded system is also there. But let's start with the Arduino. So in Arduino board, so basically it has the AVR microcontroller. It made by the Atmega 328 microcontroller. So that's why I told you. So if someone told you the Arduino is a microcontroller, so that is technically incorrect, because this is a board, this is a development board, and it has a microcontroller that will actually that is the mother part of this Arduino board. So it has a microcontroller, that the name is Atmega 328, and it has a flash memory also. As it's a microcontroller, it also has a flash memory, and you can see there is only 32 kilobyte. So that is only dedicated for data acquiring and data transmitting, and sometimes for some loops kind of programming need, but not for the computing. Always keep in mind that. And it has also 2 KB SRAM and 1 KB of EROM. These are the memory part. Don't bother about that. So that is for typical architecture. Just for your information. So these are the different type of Arduinos. More than that, there's lots of Arduino boards are there, because the Arduino made from it is made in Italy, and that is the Arduino company has outsourced their all the circuitry inside that board, and they open source it to and therefore there several companies are there who are defining, who are developing the different Arduino board. But in that case, you will not find the Arduino logo there, but you will find the Uno. But there may be some different name. But Arduino itself, it is a registered trademark registered company. But the several companies are also there in India, in around the globe. They are developing the Arduino board because the Arduino open source their architecture. So there is some breadboard kit is there. They can be very low cost in term, and there may be some high cost Arduino board, that is Arduino Mega. There is some Lily Pad. This is for the hobbyist or someone want to play with the Arduino board. That is kind of board where you can at a one time you can acquire different type of data. And there is some DOI Arduino. This is a different type of Arduino board. Don't bother about it. If you want to learn about this, just stick with this. If you want to know more, if you just as a beginner, so just stick with this Arduino Uno board. Okay. And in addition, there are also some Arduino seals. You may have heard this name, that is the seals. Arduino seals stands for different higher level dedicated work. For example, you want to make a stepper motor controller or the servo motor controller. So what you have to do, you have the Arduino board and you have to make a program for it, and you have some circuitry over there, and you have a servo motor. Fine. But this Arduino stepper, this kind of seals, the Arduino motor seals provide you all the programming, all the interfacing circuitry. Just you have to plug and play with the motor. Got my point? Similarly, there is also another Arduino seal, that is for the RFID seal. That is that you need RFID facility with the Arduino board, so you can use that seal. Similarly, you have different kind of web seals also there. So these are the seals, the different type of seals. For example, you want a LoRa communication, LoRa chip with your Arduino board. So that is a LoRa Arduino seals. Got my point? So these are the different kind of things you will find. So for your information, I am giving you this kind of slides to giving the information for you for your betterment of understanding. So so main thing is that the Arduino board, and they are giving you the ready circuitry for particular application. So as I told you, this is Arduino, or all these things are for the particular application. So here I want to give you some very real life examples. Suppose all we have in our house. So we have different home appliances, starting from AC to fridge to washing machine. So you can see that there is some codes are there are some interfaces where you have to press something. For example, for AC, for example, for washing machine, you have to press for the high level water, low level water, medium level water. So that is for the dedicated thing. So that is the washing machine is performing repeatedly this thing. So for that purpose, you don't need any higher level computing. So why you will use the Intel processor? So that's purpose you can use simple microcontroller or microcontroller based system like Arduino, and you can do the repetitive work. So not only this, for example, if you have a washing machine and you want to change the temperature of your room, that is not possible, because that is a very funny thing. So the washing machine repeatedly do the same thing, AC repeatedly do the same thing. So therefore, so this kind of dedicated purpose, so you need this kind of microcontroller. That is the all about preambles of the embedded system. Why we use this kind of embedded system in our industry as well as our daily life. Fine. Now come to the Arduino part. What is the hardware of the Arduino? So I have the uh, Arduino board with me. So let me try to show you. Is it possible for me to show you that thing? So just wait for a minute. So I have also the slides, but I think it will be more easier for you to see the thing. So So this is your, I think it is not clear. So this is your microcontroller. Can you see this? So this is your Atmel. You can compare with this, with the slide. So this is your Atmega. This one is your Atmega 328 microcontroller, and this is the main part of your board. Okay, now come to the different part of the microcontroller board. You can see this one. This is the part. If I open it, so see this is a kind of jack. So we have the provision, a simple jack. So by using this just the plug it, and another end you have the USB port. So just just plug it over here, and the USB port you can plug it in your laptop or PC, and by doing that you can access the microcontroller. You can burn or you can write any code by using a software. So that code will burn into this microcontroller. Okay, now you have another port over here, this one. So this is simply a power jack. So when you don't need any when you are in field, so there you want to, you don't want to you don't have any laptop or PC like this. So in that case you can directly power the board by using this jack, this one. Now step by step come to the point. So how can you know that, okay, my board is correctly connected by in that case you can see this is a LED light. This LED light will blink. This LED light will blink when the power down. Fine. Now step by step, this is our microcontroller, and as we know that we need a, for any microcontroller perform the operation, we need a oscillator. So this one is the oscillator, and a crystal oscillator. It is the crystal oscillator, and it is it is generating 16 megahertz frequency, which is typically used for this microcontroller, that is Atmega 328. Fine. Now, interestingly, we have another microcontroller. Can you see this? Another microcontroller over here. This one. This microcontroller typically used for the serial communication with the USB cable. Okay. So that is, so you have an interface with the computer. So that interface kind of thing we take care of by this microcontroller. This is a very small microcontroller, and interestingly, I can tell you that this board cost around 11 1500 to maximum 1500. Okay, now come to the another part. This is the voltage regulator. And you have a reset switch. Reset switch means you want to reset your controller, you want to reset all the thing, all the program you have. So if I show you, so this one is the reset switch. You can press it. By pressing it, you can reset your microcontroller. Now what you have, the main other things, that is the digital pin. So these are all the digital pin, and these are the analog pins. So come to the point. Can you see that? So these are the digital pins, and this microcontroller also provide you a technology or opportunity to produce the PWM signal. I will tell you what is PWM signal and all these things. So you have the digital pins. What is digital pins? You can output the digit. I mean, you can give a digital data as a output, and you can also take a digital data as a input. So you have a digital pin, you have a ground over here, and then you have some transmitting. I mean, for a transmission facility, its board has also provided the transmission and the receiving signal. So you have a transmitting pin and the receiving pin over here in this part. So these all are the female connector. Just put your point over here, and you can I mean, the male connector, you can put the male connector over here, and you can easily connect I mean, you can easily do that. I will show you that how to do this. Now come to the analog pin part. You can see there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 analog pins are there. Not only this, there are also facility for two pins over there. You can in slide you can see that here it is not visible, I think. So there is a 3.5 and 5 volt pin are there. So these two pin I'm talking about. So these two pins are actually to drive any circuitry. For example, you need a power source from this Arduino board itself. So what you do, you can just put a pin over here, and I mean, can do a connection with it. You can take a 5 volt connection from here. Okay, that is, but always remember that that should be done by very that should be done very carefully, because otherwise you I mean, draw more current from it, that board may be damaged. Any other thing? Okay, we have reset bin, analog, digital IO. So all this, so there is also some ground pin. So this is all about your Arduino board and very basics of the Arduino board. Now I will come to the just hold for a minute. Okay. Now coming to the Arduino boards once again. So I will share this note where all the things are written. So these are the board breakdown, and here you can see this all once again. This is the picture of the Arduino board itself. So mainly you have analog inputs, and you have digital inputs and outputs. Fine. You can also drive the power. I mean, this Arduino board can also be used as a 5 volt source. There is a ground. There is a serial communication port over there. You can reset it by pressing this pin, and you have a USB to I mean, USB connector over here, and you have the power in, just to directly power on the this Arduino board. And you have a LED over here. This is your LED. This LED can be is on when the this Arduino board is powered. Okay. So there is another kind of Arduino is there. There is a lower version but very useful and low cost. That is Arduino Nano. All these things are same, but the memory part and number of pins are lesser than that of the Arduino Nano. So you may heard about the Arduino Mega. Mega is the larger version of the Arduino Uno, and all these things. But the main beauty of this kind of technology is that programming is same. Okay, you don't need to bother about the programming language is same. You can use the same software for all the Arduino board, and just what you have to understand, the number of pins, the digital, how many pins are there, digital pins are there, analog pins are there, and what are the pins are there for the particular application. So in that case, what you can do, you just put that particular pin number in your program, nothing else. So now coming to the typical programming of the Arduino. So what you have to do is as follows. First, you have to download and install the Arduino environment that is called as the IDE. You can search it by right now also. Just search it as Arduino IDE. There you will find a software that is very that is for all the system. You may have may using Windows, Mac, or Android. For all the system, you can download the IDE, that is the software of the Arduino. Then connect the board to the computer via USB cable. As I told you, from where? From here. Here, just plug your USB cable to this port. Then if needed, it will automatically show you that some drivers need to be installed. So just click on it. Then launch the Arduino IDE. See, Arduino IDE is the software for the Arduino programming. Then select your board. I'll show you how to select your board. Board means the what kind of board you are using. Is it Arduino Uno? Is it Arduino Mega, or it is Arduino Nano? So select that board. Then select your serial port. It may be serial port means COM3, COM4. The defined serial port. In general, there is COM3 port. You have to select. Then there are several examples are also there. So just download that, just copy that example. This software itself has different, lots of examples are there in this software. So you just copy it and then click on the upload and upload the program. So let's do the step by step. Download the software. You can see this is your interface. You can just right now you can search it for Arduino IDE. You can download it for the Windows, Mac, or Linux, whatever you are using. So you can see these different installer are there. Download. Maybe there are some higher version is available in for the right now. So this is Arduino 1.6.4 version, but right now there is updated version is available there. Now I will come to this part, how to code Arduino. So forget about it. So for example, for the time being, let's just consider that you have a code. You have already written in the code in your. This is the part. This is called the sketch part. So here you have written some code over here, and then what you have to do? You have to compile. So you have to save it. So you can save it. Then you have to compile it. Compile means there is option is there. Can you see that? So this right click. So this is for the compiling. So if you compiling, if there is no error message, so in this part you will see some error message. So if there is no such error message, so that means your compiling is done, and after compiling, what you have to do, you have to upload the code to Arduino board. Okay, so and then you can perform the experiment. There are also some another thing in this particular window, like open serial monitor. I will tell you what is serial monitor. For example, just for the time being, and you can understand in this way that you have a sensor, but for a very easy sensor, that is temperature sensor, and you want to see what is the temperature in real time. So what you see, so this kind of Arduino software provide you that opportunity that you have a serial monitor. That means simple window is there, and what is the temperature, you will see step by step. Uh, After there is a line, first line, second line, third line, and it will scroll down the temperature in real time. Okay, so that is the usefulness of the serial monitor. Fine. So if you have already existing code, you can open it by using this symbol. I have the software, but I think we'll if you want, we can perform the experiment also by using the software in next day. But for the time being, I just give you the overview by using this slide. That by by using this slide, you can remember what are the things we have to, what are the buttons means, and how to, I mean, know-how of this software. Fine. So, and by clicking this part, this point, you can create new code. Right. Now come to the preference. This is you can call it as a settings. Settings means what is the font size, what is the interface, all these things. This is a little bit complicated, but this is kind of settings you may consider for the time being. Now, as I told you, when you open, when you have written already, you wrote the uh, program in your sketch. This window is called as a sketch. This window is called as sketch. I mean that you are sketching your program. So when you have already, I mean, you have done with your, you have compiled it. So from the tools, you can find the board, and board you can see there are lots of boards are there. Arduino Uno, Arduino Nano, Arduino Nano. There Arduino Nano are using two different kind of microcontrollers like Atmega 328. And is my screen is visible to you? If my
Yes,
screen
sir.
is not visible, okay, so you can see that there is a Atmega 328. There is one kind of microcontroller is there, and the very lower cost microcontroller, the Atmega 168. So these are the, so what, so actually for not only in India, in world, the people are looking for the low cost. So there is some popular ad is there. You may have seen or not. I don't know, but that is kind of thing is for a car ad. After, so after seeing all the features of the car, all these things that may be bulletproof, all these. I mean, there is a very high quality car is there, bulletproof, and all the details, all the amenities are inside the car, and I mean many more. But at last the customer asks कितना देते हैं, मतलब कितना डीजल का माइलेज कितना है. Similarly, if you want to cost, reduce its cost, so you have to go for lesser amount of memory and very low cost microcontroller, because all these board, the main money that consume, that is the microcontroller. So you can use very low level microcontroller for very basic need, very basic repeatable things. For AC, you don't need any, for any, very high computing task. Just what you have to do, you have to see the, you have to show the temperature, and there are some ACs that there's something called 3D cool, all these things. So very specific and typical tasks, repeated tasks you have to cover it. So in that case, you can use this kind of low cost microcontroller. There is Arduino Mega 120. This is high, very this Arduino Mega are actually costlier side. So there are also some Arduino Leonardo, the Arduino Explorer. These are for the IoT, industry level microcontroller. In industry, these two are used, this Arduino Leonardo and Arduino Explorer. But as I told you, all for all the microcontroller board, the programming is same. So if you learn one thing, if you learn Arduino, you can think that I can use all these microcontrollers if I have. So when you have already compile your program, and as there is no error message in this part here, in this black portion, now what you have to do, by clicking on the tools, you have to select the board, and there, if you are using Arduino Uno, click on it. Fine. Now next step what you have to do, you have to mention the serial port. So from here, once again tools, so we have the board over here. In just just after this board, you can see there is a option, the serial port, and most of the cases you can see 99% of the application you will see is this COM3. It may be COM4, COM3, don't bother about this, whatever it is, just click on it. Right now, that is, so if what you have to do after clicking, so you can see that there is a option. So this will actually connect the serial port of your laptop PC with the audio. Okay. So once again, I'm repeating: write your sketch, that is the program. Press the compile button, that is compiling your program. Check the errors. Errors means, for example, for the compiler will give you the error message, so you have to check the error and rectify it. So that is the compiling. Then you have done compiling, then upload it. As I told you, then upload it. After this, so you have select the board, then you have select the serial port. Then after selecting this COM port, you will see the TXRX will flash. What is TXRX port? So these very small LEDs are there. This is the TX. I have the board, but it is not visible for you due to the low quality pixel of my camera. So you can see this in this board. These are the LEDs. So three LEDs you have to note about. This first LED is for board is connected to the power. Board is powered or not. And these TX and RX, these two LEDs are give you that whether the board is properly connected with the laptop or PC, whatever you are using, that such that the Arduino board can acquire or can transmit the data to from the computer. Got my point? So what the thing? So as I told you, this board will give a mediator. You have sensor, you have a board, and you have the laptop. Laptop, you are acquiring the data. So these TX and RS give you the whether the board is connected to the transmitter, means with the sensor, and receiver. Sorry, receiver means sensor. It is able to get the able to receive the data from the sensor, or it can able to transmit the data to the computer where you can see your data, right? So these are the things you have to understand before the programming. Very basic things and very easy things, I know. And yeah, and then you can see the sketch can be easily run by the particular typical exam. Fine. So we have lots of things over there. Now, similar things I have mentioned over here. That is, you have Arduino board, Arduino circuitry, okay, and you have a computer. You have program it and burn it in the Arduino board, and you have a transducer, input transducer, maybe switch, maybe labels, maybe sensors, whatever it may be. So this Arduino board with the circuitry can take the data, can receive the data by this, depending on this programming. For example, for the time being, you can understand that I am telling this sensor, I have a temperature sensor. After every 5 minutes, I need the temperature. For that, I have coded it and I have burned it. So after 5 minutes, it will give a pulse, or it will receive the data from the temperature, and it will give you in your computer screen. Or maybe what I can do that after every 5 minutes, so there is a temperature over there, and maybe some pipe, the water pipe over there. If there is a fire, for example, I have a smoke switch. So if this fire smoke level is higher than that, please switch on this this pipe, water pipe. So what do I have already programmed it for that? So after this, if the smoke level is some particular level, after that what happened? The water pipe will be opened and it will give you the water to some area. Fine. So these are all the things we have done. There is a, I mean, lots of flexibilities are there. So these are all about our hardware part and concept of the Arduino. Now come to the major concept of the program. Now how can you program the I mean, program the microcontroller, program the Arduino board or Raspberry Pi, whatever it is. The major concepts are lies in these things. 6 major concepts are there, but I think our time will not permit today to do that. To understand all these things. So let's start with this class. This understanding from tomorrow. In next class. So it will be a. The, the thing is. The understanding will not be broken. So I think we'll start the classes. Our coding part. That is the how can you code the Arduino from the next class. For today, I will show you a glimpse of our Arduino. So from very starting, whatever I told you, you can see that. Okay. So my request to you is that, so first I want to show you something. Stop sharing. So what you will do in the meantime, that is, just hold for a minute. Go to the art, so just search it. Like, can you see my screen? Can you able to see my screen? So
Yes,
here
yes,
you
sir.
can see.
Yes.
Okay, here you can see getting started with Arduino. Arduino.cc. So this is the sea of information. This is the official website of the Arduino Uno. Here you can see lots of things. Let's start with the education. So here you can see the hardware. So I just want to show you step by step. So hardware, as I told you, different type of hardwares are there. So this is the cable I am talking about. Sorry. Okay. Just count. Okay. Just hold for a minute. My internet connection is a little bit slow. So this is the cable I am talking about. You can see that. So one side we have the USB port and another side we have the type C, type 2 type of port is there. So these are the simple things. And so there are, as I told you, there are several examples are there. Here the basic examples are there. So you can just copy the example. Copy the code from it. I will tell you next class how to code it. So board. So Arduino, whatever the board is there, the port COM6. Here you can see this is a COM6. It may be COM3, whatever it is. Now upload the all these details are given. This is very good website for learning. Uh, and then if you go to the hardware, please go through this website once. So you can see there are different entry level hardware are there. Hardware means the board they are providing. There is some enhanced feature, as I told you, uh, the shield. So this is the Bluetooth. This is the Arduino board, Arduino Nano board with Bluetooth module. And there is some relay module is there. there are Ethernet shield is there. That means you need a board with LoRa transmitter. So simply that is the called as SIP. So this is particularly for the Internet of Things applications. There are several boards are there. Similarly, this is the educational part. So you can buy it. This is a kit, and this is also a particular typical type of examples. I mean, typical type of boards are there. Several options are there. Okay. Now in the software part, as I told you, if you go to the software part, you can see that now the version is changed. It is updated version 1.8.15 is available right now. And just click on this Windows. So just I'm just keep on this. So you can see that this is downloaded, so you can just click by clicking on, you can install by it your own. So this is all about your, there is also some beta software is recently available, so this is for the experimental version. So in general we are using this IDE 1.8 and a higher version. IDE is the Arduino software, open source Arduino software. Now in the cloud part, there's recently they have introduced the cloud also. And in the documentation part, you can see there are some built-in examples are there. Library example. Library means, suppose for example you have a sensor. So for example temperature, DHT13, as I told you, there is a temperature and humidity sensor. So these library are kind of things which is where if you just call the function, like if you call the library, in that library it is already written there what are the input pins, what are the output pins, what are the power pins for that sense. Got my point? You don't have to bother, you don't have to remember anything. Just call the library. So if you are, for example, you are DHT30, so call the library DHT30 library, just write it over there. So it will automatically the program will know, the compiler already understand that if you call that library, that means this you are using this DHT13 cells. Okay. So there is a community, this is community for the educational purpose, the blogs, all these things are there. Now I'll show you the whatever I have told you, the very short story of this. I have a nice video on that, this Arduino. Just see this and enjoy.
But there's more. There's also the Arduino software development environment, and this is what makes Arduino good. This is then you're connecting a USB cable and your program onto your mic, connecting all of the Arduino. Talking about the Arduino Uno. It's highly unlikely that you'll have time soon. The perfect beginner's tutorial. You can get them from Amazon cheaply, and if you have the money, I recommend many Uno kits out there where you get a lot of different pieces of hardware to play with. Okay, so you've got your Arduino Uno. The first thing I want to do is get you familiar with the hardware. You'll often hear Arduinos being called microcontrollers, and that's technically incorrect. Arduinos are circuit boards that have microcontroller chips on them, but they also have a lot of other stuff on there too. Let's take a quick tour.
Can you see the video or with sound? Can you able to see that?
No, madam, video is not
Hello.
visible, only.
Yes.
Yes. Can you please just
This is the microcontroller. Arduino Unos use a series of chips on them, but they also have a lot of other stuff on there too. Let's take a quick tour.
What is video going on?
This is the microcontroller. Arduino Unos use a series of microcontrollers called Atmega AVRs. They're made by a company called Atmel. You can buy just the bare chips on their own for about $1, but then you'd have to do a lot of soldering. Connected microcontroller chips on them, but they also have a lot of other stuff on there too. Let's take a quick tour. This is the microcontroller. Arduino Unos use a series of microcontrollers called Atmega AVRs. They're made by a company called Atmel. You can buy just the bare chips on their own for about $1, but then you'd have to do a lot of soldering. Connected to the microcontroller is a crystal resonator. This controls how fast the microcontroller is running. I have a separate tutorial on resonators and oscillators which you might find useful. Now, in order to upload the software you create to the main microcontroller, there's actually another microcontroller. This chip is what lets you connect your USB cable to the Arduino board and communicate via USB. It lets you upload your programs onto the main microcontroller, and once you have your program running, this chip is what allows you to send messages back and forth between your computer and your Arduino, and this is extremely important for debugging. One great thing about Arduinos is that you can power them purely from your USB cable. But if you don't want your project always attached to a computer, you can just use an external 9-volt DC power source with a barrel jack over here. The Uno has a built-in voltage regulator that'll reduce the voltage to 5 volts. And if you ever want to reboot your Arduino's program, you've got a reset button.
It's not visible.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking that is it visible to you or not?
No, ma'am.
Just
No, no.
Just let me know it is visible or not. Let me start it once here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think now you play, ma'am.
Yes. Now we
Visible.
can see. Yeah.
Screen is visible, but just hold for a minute once here. Something is not right.
This chip is what allows you to send messages back and forth. between your computer and your Arduino, and this is extremely important for debugging. One great thing about Arduino
Sorry for the inconvenience, but I don't know what is the problem.
Madam, instead of sharing the screen, you may try the sharing desktop.
Okay, let's try it.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Just hold for a minute.
So I think there is a problem with the sound. So I'll do one thing. I'll
take the video. Have any question regarding that? You can. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, please. Okay. Just do one thing. Please go. I will share the video and whatever I told you. So that thing that let's try to understand. We know right that we know there is lots of information. We learn lot of things. Please do that. Next class we will start with the, the coding part of it. Till now until then, so thank you. Again and next.
Okay, ma'am. I think we all can leave the class because ma'am said she'll be taking the class for next week. Bye bye.